Hi, and welcome to anybody who's tuning in. This has taken me a very long time to feel comfortable bringing forward. And I'm excited about it because this is how I teach. I teach through channel, and the channel that I have is through ClairEssence. And who I channel is they ask that I say, I am one, I am many. And it's an energy because I work in consciousness, a lot of consciousness. And in that, it's a perception. Okay. So for me, it's a perception. And my perception allows me to see in my mind's eye, or see through interpretation in my mind, a different way of accessing my same experience. And when I do, I have phenomenal experiences. And what I've been noticing a lot lately is that people are having difficulty managing their energy fields, and they're very unaware of that. And I would really like to talk about that. And let's see. All right. So we will begin by talking about the energy fields. The energy fields, the way that we are accessing them through Lucinda is element energy. That would be fire, wood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. And as those energies come into balance with one another, so does everything else. It is the element of manifestation, as above, so below. Through intention, you can create the energy that you wish to flow with. And when you do so with intention, you can have a very intentional outcome or life. It means that you're one with everyone. So the natural question or equation would be, how is this relatable or beneficial to more than just me? And that's the first order of business in anything, is to come into self and allow yourself to ask those valuable questions. So managing your energy. All right. It sounds like it's pretty easy. And I'm pretty sure that anybody who kind of tunes in at least has some kind of background in energy work, Reiki, prana, hands-on healing, therapeutic benefit of energy modalities. Energy modalities are very prevalent in the holistic community, and so I'm very familiar with that, also in the metaphysical community. And because they are very familiar, when you look at them, there are similar practices within each scope of work. So what I like to do is I like to access I would say, the energy itself, not harness it, but access it. See, there's a difference between how you use a word in your intention and how you are able to access that which you desire. And if you are in a vibration, because it's a vibrational offering, okay? If you're in a vibe that says, I want it, I don't know if I could have it right now, okay? That's going to give you a push-pull sort of energy. It's going to show you the polarity of the situation. That's the universal law. So the idea, because it's going to be present in everything, the 12 universal laws are present in everything. And in that, when you start to look at the relativity of things, or the gender, like, is it a forceful energy of I can't even think right now. We had a fair today, and I'm not running on empty, but I'm coming with you. Oh goodness, I fell out for a second. Divine masculinity. Thank you so much. And then divine feminine, which is more of a draw energy. And those are my practices. So when I share my practices with you, they might differ from like what it is that you do. And when you when you look at, when I say words, I'm using energy behind the words. There's intention in almost everything that I do. And the reason is because the channel insists on it. So part of it is that in order for me to be able to speak coherently and be somewhat present, but allow the channel through, okay, I need to allow myself to choose certain words and phrases so that they vibrate at that level where the channel is. That allows me an understanding. My understanding is then that if I can hit this vibration, I can access something other than this reality. Does that make sense? So it's all application. I'm not a scientist. I practice. I practice a lot. I'm very good at what I do. I have very good outcomes with what I produce. I love to share the knowledge that I have. And part of the knowledge that I have is it feels very inherent to me. So the place that I wanted to start with tonight was about managing your energy field. If you can't manage your energy field, if you call yourself an empath, okay, then you will be one, and you're going to feel like your cheesecloth, like you don't know if this is your emotion or not your emotion, and you need to be aware 100% of your sensory awareness, because that is part of your energy. And if you're not aware of how it's behaving or whether it belongs to you, then you need to maybe you need to see somebody to get that cleared. I don't know, you know. All right. And then if you're calling yourself aligned all the time, we know that that's not a truth either. So we're always on like a teeter-totter, and we're going to experience contrast, which is also the jackknife into alignment. So it's constant. It is the pendulum swing or the rhythm, okay, of the universe. So as far as I I will go ahead and I will give some definitions or concepts or perceptions that may be of use. So first, for me, energy is the dynamic force of animation for all things. And it is in divine nature and throughout consciousness, and creates our connectivity of oneness, the law of one. In that energy is where you operate in spiritual alchemy. The reason that you call it spiritual alchemy is because you adhere a belief to it that you never left this one field or resource of energy. All right. In order to access that field of energy, because it is divine, you need to clear any focuses that you have in what you perceive as your detriment or diminishment or less than ism. Okay. And that's all that shadow work that people talk about. Okay. That's all that shadow work. Now, I'm going to touch on that briefly because I'm not really here to do that with you. I'll give you a lot of tools because everybody processes differently. And what it is this. When you hear something tragic, it's going to trigger you. And it's not going to trigger you for one reason. It's going to trigger you not only for what is happening, but for what has happened before to you or with you. And then you'll be in this duality, and you're trying to create a current right now. So there's a lot going on. We don't process everything in the heart of the moment. Sometimes we process it layers at a time. Sometimes we process it all at once and we're good. Yet, it is a process nonetheless that allows you to understand many things about yourself and your energy. In the field of Reiki, there is the premise of quantum physics that we are less than in physical mass, all right? in MC squared, okay? In less than that of 0.000001% is what our mass, our physical mass is, and the rest of us is all energy. The rest of our beingness is energy, okay? That would be more than 99%. So when you are accessing that field of divine spirit, right? There's many different ways, because you can feel it when I go into it. All right. If you're tuned in, you can feel it because everybody is tuned into it. A lot of times you might find debris. The debris are old thoughts and consciousness that hasn't been processed either by you or someone else. Or maybe it's a new thought or idea, because time is cyclic. It goes around and around and around. It's a pattern. Okay. So for that, when you're operating in that particular field, clarity is a must. And what I like to encourage people to do as far as shadow work goes is to consider yourself bringing yourself into illumination. All right. That you are coming into an agreement and understanding in a heartfelt way that you're enough, that you showed up, that yes, you had this tragedy, or you had this sacrifice, or you had this awful thing, or whatever the trauma was happen. And then you sit with it, you sit with that charge as best to the best of your ability, because you're only you right now. And you're still that child or that person who had that trauma. And you hold that person who had the trauma and you tell them thank you. You tell them thank you for many reasons. One of the reasons that I like to bring up the best is because they're the ones that keep showing up for you when all hell breaks loose around you. Okay? And so thanking them, right? And then for me, a long time, it was my 5-year-old. And when I realized that's what was happening after I did a lot of work, I was like, oh, okay, great. Hey, girl, come on. We don't have to throw things or anything anymore. This is what we do now. And thank you for keeping me safe all those years. And when you go through those things, then you understand that what you're doing is you're learning what your capabilities are. That teaches you how to harness your energy emotionally. Okay? And you need to be able to do that in order to access spiritual alchemy. You do. So part of the work that you would be doing as far as this goes is you're going to clear a lot of old belief systems that don't serve you. You won't be many concepts, many precepts, many ideas, right? Since we're all in a shared environment, in a shared frequency, okay? All of them can be anybody's, can be accessed by anyone. When we're told by people who like are nurturing us and helping us grow up, oh, you can be anything you want when you grow up. That is a truth. That is a truth. Okay. And so the idea is to really step into that truth and understand who you are. So what I like to call those traumas when I come through them is capabilities. I know I'm capable because I'm still showing up. I'm very capable. All right. And I really like me now. So when you do that sort of work, that's what takes place. It is a necessary work. It is necessary because it allows you to allow your vibration to be manipulatable. Okay. And you need to be able to understand that you choose your vibration. You choose it through thought process and the connection or disconnection of the feeling process. And the feeling process happens in your heart brain. There's an actual heart brain, and it processes things, thoughts, feelings, vibes, the same as your cranial brain. Okay. So you have two brains in your body that actually process thought, energy. Okay. And in that, one creates maybe intuitive, or emotive feedback to the body. And then the other, thoughtful, cognitive feedback to the body. And then the body responds, okay, by either storing it at a cellular level for later use in a charge, or discards it because it no longer needs it. And it's a process. It's always a process. So what I've learned through a lot of the things that I practice is that even if life is happening, even if life is happening, we can shift things around us to allow it to be the way that we can be in harmony with it. We can actually do that. I can teach you how to do that. Anyway, so some of those things come into I love you. Okay, I love you too, Angie. Thanks. So some of those things come into play in your everyday life, okay? I just want to point out how awesome you guys are already doing spiritual alchemy by tuning in to find out a little bit more, whether this was your giddy up or not. What you did was you opened another doorway for yourself. And when you open that next doorway for yourself, you start to have opportunity because you have a curiosity. And your curiosity isn't really hooking on to anything yet. It's just kind of tasting. It's like sampling at Costco. All right. So you're just sampling at Costco right now. Okay. And then what happens is, like, those raviolis, right? You just got to pick those raviolis because you just got to have them, because that's how you're going to practice your spirituality, is eating the raviolis. So you get the raviolis. Okay. So circle for a while before you land into any particular practice. Know that wherever you practice, it's every day, because that is you. You are energy. So everything that you do, everything is that spiritual alchemy. So that's how I interpret it. Now, based on a belief system, that's how we operate. And we believe, all right, in a God, some kind of God. It could be atheism, to where no God exists. God is still present. There's still an acknowledgement. Okay? I'm not refuting your belief. That isn't what I'm here for. I don't really care. I'm just saying we all have an understanding or a concept of something greater outside of ourselves. And whatever that easy to spell word God is or means to you, that's what you access. So you access that through a connection. You access your connection through your spiritual belief process. In your spiritual belief process, you can bring that energy more and more into your life in different ways. You could do it through a feeling, an emotion. You can create a highly charged atmosphere for yourself to where the next thing that you do will manifest. There are many things that you can do by harnessing the energy of yourself and understanding that you can do that. Part of the things that managing your energy, whoa, too many tried. Hold on. Better. Okay. Part of the things that that I see about managing your energy is creating an understanding of where you begin and end, and the next individual or dimension begins and ends. Let's take empathy. When someone is empathic, they may feel everything and become overwhelmed because they're not sure how to decipher what that energy means to them. Is it theirs? Is it not theirs? Should they discard it? Should they hold on to it? And because there's no dictionary, well, there are dictionaries out there for that, but if we're not introduced to them, we don't know. Part of it is understanding that that means that you're a very sensory aware individual, that's how you receive information. You receive information from your environment through sensory impression. So it's how you feel when you walk into some place. It's how you feel about a situation. It's how you feel. It's your intuition. It's heightened at different ways. And that right there means when you get overwhelmed, that you're not having all of your energy in your experience, that you're taking on other people's energy and their experience. And it's because you don't know you're sending your energy over there when you notice they need help. Remember, one shared consciousness. All right. And it is our desire as one shared consciousness, oneness. All right. To be one. So we will heal any anomaly that we see to the best of our ability through thought, intercession, right? Okay. We will do this. This is just an automatic response. All right. For expansion, for generation, however it is that you wish to view that. All right. Part of what energy management is for me as well is learning how to sit in the middle of an energy and then bring it outside of you to where it's not in the center of you anymore. It's more surrounding you. And that's like that chaotic energy a lot of the times, right? And then pushing it far enough outside of what is comfortable for you, away from your energy centers, right? Slowing it down, right? Purposely, intentionally slowing it down, maybe even pushing it further out, taking a breath like that. Okay. I knew anybody coming to this particular talk was going to be very energetically connected. Okay. So, energy. You know what? The only song that keeps going through my mind right now is Queen Hervey. So, just a big energy song. Okay. All right. So, when you sit inside of yourself, right? Intentionally, that is going to be your most powerful position physically and energetically, because you're pulling your awareness into your sensory read, and you're also staying in your mental read. And that allows you to become very powerful. So, by powerful, what I'm talking about is more connected to you, to where the next moments and the next choices that you make manifest your desire in a more intentional way. All right. There's magic. There's always magic. Magic is easy. Magic is easy. Magic isn't as invested. But if you don't do this, you won't be able to do uninvested magic, because you'll always be inside it instead of observing what you're doing. So you need to write whatever your spiritual alchemy is first, so that way when you operate, you're not putting any of your debris inside of your magic. That's why. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, breathe, right? See, just breathe. And we have time. I'm going to do these every week. Relax. All right. Whew. All right. So let's see. So when you're intentionally managing your energy field, you're thinking about different things, about how it is you would like to experience what you're experiencing in that moment, because you're experiencing energy. And when you want to talk to the energy and you want to tell the energy to behave a certain way, you need to understand what kind of energy is around you. When you have spirit energy around you, okay? All right? Metaphysics, spiritual philosophy, that's part of it. That would be part of it, right? So metaphysics would say that there are spirits, maybe realm beasts like dragons and fairies, and maybe some light beings. All right. And maybe, religion would say that there's maybe some demonic presence and different things like that. That has personality to it. So if you come across energy that talks to you or has a personality or kind of feels like it's going to tell you what to do, all right, well, that would probably be something that you would like to invite out of your space. Okay. How you do that? See, you thought I'd leave you freaking hanging. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to teach you how to do shit, okay? Because these are things that you need to know. The veil is getting very thin. We are coming to a place where if you don't know how to keep your spiritual posture, you will fail in life. The reason you'll fail in life is because you won't be able to process that which you are living, because the vibe is going to be too fucking high. So do the work. Part of this, okay, teaching is to allow people to understand that they can come into countenance with themselves in an understanding of love and harmony, so that they can spread that vibe to one another. It is an entrainment we wish to create. In that, alchemy is present. So alchemy is change. Okay, alchemy is change. The energy is very fast this evening. I'm observing it. It's everywhere all at once, because everybody is getting cleared everywhere all at once. Because anytime I create something like this, I ask that whoever is present be drawn into an entrainment, healed if necessary, release anything that is a focus that's harming them, different things like that. Those are all my intentions, because this is going to be an energetic exchange. That's how it's going to go. So in order to do that, I need to provide the people who are willing to tune in with loving, supportive ways, so that as we're here and you get opened up, because that's what's going to happen. As you get opened up, you learn to traverse you, because that's what's happening in the world, just in general, okay? Just in general. So learning to manage your energy field, right? Okay, so here's number one. First, you have to know when you're clear. You have to know if you're clear. And there's indicators all day, every day for you. One of the indicators could possibly be, oh, I'm tired. I wasn't tired a minute ago. Wow, what happened? Wow, oh, I guess it's 2 o'clock, so I must be tired. It's the middle of the day. No. See, that would be a question that you got watching a Snickers commercial about 20 years ago. And that's not the case. You're not tired, and it doesn't matter if it's 2 o'clock. What happens is that there's been a shift in your energetic field of experience. What's happening would be a better question. What's happening in my field? Just a minute ago, I was zinging along, and now I'm, oh, I want to go to bed. That's too abrupt of a change. So you notice those changes. All right. You begin to notice those changes, and then you ask what it is. Say, oh, does this belong to me? That's what I ask. I like that one. Does this belong to me? And if you get a no, you go, be gone. Be gone. Okay. If you want to learn more, you come to my class. If you want to learn more, come to my class. But whoever had that in their solar plexus right here, when I said be gone the second time and it left, just like that shit. Okay. All right. Be gone. All right. Now, that allows you to clear yourself pretty easily. Okay. Another way to, and it's intention. You're using your intention. You're using the connection to who you are physically, less than 1%, and who you are energetically, more than 99%. And you're saying, this is what will happen. And you're saying, yes, that's how it works. Okay. Being as focused, laser focused, and not letting what, well, maybe it'll happen. Oh, I don't know if this is going to, oh, well, how's that? No. Please don't. It needs to really be, this is what's going to take place. Like that. Okay. Just like that. That's how you do it. All right. Okay. So first thing I will clear in this space, just for right now, is I'm going to clear my way. So you can clear your way, but I'll clear my way for this energetic space. So I'm going to open up the veil for spirit. And I'm going to invite all spirit energy. Go to the light, go to the light, go to the light. There we go. Thank you for your service, Yumiko. Woo! Okay. Okay. Transmute all that psychic debris into little white butterflies of unconditional love, source energy. Elements: fire, wood, earth, water, metal, spirit, air. Restored. There. See? And you can tell a difference in the shift of your vibration, how you feel like you're coming more into your body. All right. And that is the house. That's the temple that you work with. It's the physical that allows you to have the physical experience. Even when you manifest something, okay? Even when you manifest something, you still have to physically, tangibly receive it somehow, some way, physically, to acknowledge it in the manifested world. It all starts here. This needs to be clear, very clear, laser focused. And don't try to manifest a whole bunch of shit at the same time. Pick one thing, work with it for a while. Don't do it all at once. Do it a little bit at a time. Say, well, this would probably support what it is I'm aiming at. Because those are inconsequential manifestations. You're not attached to them. You're not going to hone, I don't know if like that will really work. I think, I shouldn't do anything. Just do a little thing. Okay? Whatever your practice is. Okay. All right. There. Finally, now the energy is easing. God, man, you guys. It's what? Woo. Okay. Okay, here we go. So for me, quantum alchemy is being able to connect into that energy field of oneness, consciousness, however it is that you want to call it. I call it animated life force energy. The life force energy that is the animation of all things possible. All right. And in that, you can move the energy back and forth all around. You could do whatever it is that you would like with it. The idea is to allow yourself to know that you're enough to do it. And how you do that is you clear yourself. You clear yourself of all those old hurts. Okay. And you hold yourself super sacred, holy. Okay. You hold yourself holy because you're still here. You're still here, still having this experience. You're still here. It's okay. All right. Next. Okay. Next, let's see. Where do I want to? Oh, yes. Okay. So I taught you about a little bit of things. Okay. Another thing that I like about spiritual alchemy is that you are connected to a greater flow source of energy that you can use or move with. Okay, because that's what you're looking for when you're doing any kind of quantum work, is you're looking for the field by which you wish to operate. So if you want healing, you're going to go look for healing. If you're looking into medicine, you're going to go look for the medicine. I would like for this medicine to do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Everything that we're going to do, anything that I do is all energetic. I do have herbs and I have different oils and I make different things that I get channeled that come through. And what I want to do with this particular group on this particular Sunday night, on these Sunday nights, is I would like to open a discussion. And if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask me about any concepts that I introduce. This week, thank you so much for tuning in. And I appreciate you so much. So any questions would be welcome. I think next, I want to talk about more energy. Energy is something that I think will benefit all of us. I think that the more that we understand about what it is that we have access to and how it is that we can access it to where we can be of benefit to ourselves and the environment around us, right? I think that that's how we'll get greater connection into who we are and to what it is that we can do to make our lives better and to make those surrounding us that like their lives better as well. So when you change the energy direction around you, everything shifts around you. It gets better. Okay. So when we were shifting all this, right, you'll benefit. The reason you'll benefit is because now the energy that's surrounding you, right, if you had the clearing, if you received the clearing, right, now the energy that was around you is no longer there blocking you or limiting you or telling you that you can't or you shouldn't or you don't deserve. Okay. Or let's do it tomorrow. Right. Now it's more like, yeah, I could do 10 minutes right now and that'd be fine. And learn different things that tell you about how energy moves. That's what I'd like for you guys to do. And then we'll tune in next Sunday. I really do look forward to seeing you guys. I didn't get to see you guys, but I mean, thanks for saying hi and stuff. And many, many blessings. If I tell you what, here's what I envision. I envision introducing some concepts and opinions and perceptions as some truths that I've come to experience. And I would like for other people to jot down their experiences that they've had, or things that they've noticed, or things or ways that they've used, different bits and parts of the things that we'll bring into for like topics, right? So for tonight, it was like energy. It's going to be energy for a while because energy is really interesting to understand for me. And if it gets boring, talk to me in the comments. Let me know. Say, hey, we're over the subject, and then I'll move on. But I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week.